Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I am here because I'm getting rid of some books. I haven't done an unhaul in probably a year, but I did notice my stack of unwanted books was getting a little bigger, and yeah, it's time to say goodbye to these books. I don't know where I'm going to be unhauling these because my library right now is not accepting donations, and neither is my local thrift store. So I might have to kind of pop around some free little libraries throughout my town and put them in there. But yes, I no longer want these books and they gotta go. So the first book that I'm going to be unhauling, I'm actually going to pass on to my mama because she wants to read it, and that is North and South by John Jakes. I just read this one I finished it in September, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't like love it, and I don't want to continue with the series, so I don't really want to keep this book. So my mom wants it. I'm going to pass it on to her so she can read it. Another one that I read during, when did I read this? It was in the summertime. See, I'm like, my memory is not very good today. But Your Favorite Band Cannot Save You by Scott O'Moore. I just didn't really like this book that much. It was a 2-star read, so I don't see the point in keeping a 2-star book on my shelves. It just didn't do it for me, but somebody else might really like it, so I'm gonna pass it on. The next one I'm gonna be unhauling is another one where it's a series, and I read the first book in the series, and though I liked it, I don't think I'm gonna continue the series, and that is The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. This is the first book in His Dark Materials series, which I know many people love, and I enjoyed this, but not enough to continue with the series. So I'm passing it on. Okay, then this next book is has kind of a funny backstory. So I got a random Amazon package one day, and I think I put this in a vlog at some point. I remember vlogging this. I got this package in the mail from Amazon. It had this book in it in a big bag of M&Ms. And it was not a book I ordered. It was not a book on my wish list. I asked people like in my family, like, hey, did you get me this book or anything? Nobody. So I have no idea where this book came from, but it's not really a book that I would want to read. So it was not a wanted book, and I don't want to read it. So I'm gonna get rid of it. But it's called Messy Spirituality: God's Annoying Love for Imperfect People by Mike Yaconelli. So yeah, it's kind, it's a religious book, and I'm not really interested in that. So somebody though, I'm sure, is going to pick this up and love this. Okay, the next one is a book I hated. I read this in the beginning of the year, and I think I initially gave it a 2-star, and then I dropped it to a 1-star because then when I started talking about it during my wrap up, I was like, wow, I really hate this book, and it's a 1-star. And that is The Awakening by Kate Chopin. I just did not like this at all. The main character was terrible. The story, I wasn't digging the story. The writing, I even kind of, wasn't really driving. This is just one of those situations where I thought I was gonna really like this, and I hated it. So I do not want this on my shelves. Get this out of my face. Goodbye. Okay, the next one I'm going to be passing on is one that Leia got last year through her school during March, which ended up kind of getting scrapped because of the pandemic, but they gave a copy of this book to every student in the school, and everybody kind of read it together for, what was it, like Reading Month or Literacy Month or something? I can't remember. So we read it. We finished it even though school, was canceled and stuff, but we didn't like love it. And I asked her, do you want to keep this book? And she said no. So it's going. And that is Fenway and Hattie by Victoria J. Coe. It was cute. It was kind of funny, but it just wasn't like, it didn't wow us. So yeah, this was nice. It was nice that the school, provided everyone with a book and everything, but we're going to pass it on to somebody else. Next up is a book that I DNF'd because I didn't get it. And the writing was very long-winded and meandering and often also very snobby, kind of, and that is We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver. Bobby from Bobby Reads and I were trying to buddy read this, and we made it like 40 pages in and we're like, no. So it's kind of disappointing because, like, again, I really thought I would love this book. The premise sounded really good, and it didn't deliver. No, it did not. The writing, it's one of those books where the writing just kind of made me feel dumb, and I don't want to feel dumb when I'm reading, okay? So yeah, maybe somebody else will read this and get it and love it, but I was not one of those people. And then the last book that I'm going to be unhauling is another book that I really disliked. When did I read this? March, I think? Sometime in the spring. A Good Neighborhood by Therese Ann Fuller. I just really didn't like the whole story. The whole story in this book. I didn't like that. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the way they were portrayed. I did not like this book at all. I hated the way it ended. It was just, I just didn't like it. So I'm not keeping it, so it is going. Okay guys, so those are the books that I have kind of accumulated, that I've set to the side and, you know, thought I gotta get rid of these. And yeah, I am getting rid of them because I want my bookshelves to represent the books that I have enjoyed. And these books don't completely represent that. So they gotta go. I gotta make sure I have room on my shelves for the books that I love, the books that I want other people to look at on my shelves and go, ooh, what's that? And I can say, oh, that book was amazing, you have to read it. Like, those are the kind of books I want on my shelves. So these ones, hopefully somebody else will love. I just didn't. So let me know down below what books you have unhauled lately because I'd be interested to know. Yeah. Do you unhaul books or not? That's another good question. Yeah, so that's all I have for today, guys. I hope that you are having a wonderful week, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for watching.